I'm pleased to turn to the co-chairs of the World Youth Skills Day 2022 for their opening remarks. I'm pleased to give the floor to His Excellency Mohan Pieris, the Permanent Representative of Sri Lanka to the United Nations.
Thank you for giving me the floor. Secretary General's Envoy on Youth, representatives of the United Nations family, Excellencies, friends, a happy Youth Skills Day. As we meet again in person after 3 years, having celebrated the World's Youth Skills Day in a virtual platform in 2020 and 2021, I wish to convey my sincere appreciation to my fellow co-host of this event, the Ambassador of Portugal, as well as UNESCO, the ILO, and the Office of the Secretary General's Envoy on Youth, for their support in bringing this event together. I cannot, my dear friends, resist the temptation of recalling the words of Khalil Gibran, the poet, the philosopher, on the greatest treasure we have on this planet, our youth. When he said, "Youth is a beautiful dream, on whose brightness books shed a blinding dust. Will ever the day come when the wise link the joy of knowledge to youth's dream? Will ever the day come," he says, "when nature becomes the teacher of man, humanity his book, and life his school? Youth's joyous purpose cannot be fulfilled until that day comes. Too slow is our march towards spiritual elevation, because we make so little youth of youth's ardor." Words of wisdom. How apt those words are in today's context. My dear friends, transforming youth skills for the future, therefore, has never been more timely, I say, than today, where the world is beginning to deal with the post-pandemic realities. Transforming youth skills for the future has become an important and integral part of every country's development agenda. The 26th President, as a matter of fact, of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, speaking of youth, was heard to say this. He said, quote, "Character in the long run is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike. Equipping the youth with skills as the agents of change in our nations and their inclusion in peace and security, as well as economic and social development, are the keys to sustainable peace and development." Now, my dear friends, against this backdrop, in the transforming process of imparting relevant skills, ensuring the right of the young peoples to quality, relevant and inclusive lifelong opportunities, I say, is indispensable. In this regard, it is a pleasure that we acknowledge the outcomes of the preparatory meeting of Transforming Education Summit held in Paris in the last month. Excellencies and friends, as the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations pointed out in that year, the challenges are substantial, as we are faced with the reality, as Jatma was pleased to observe, of having 3.7 billion people, mostly women, or almost half of the world's population, still offline. Connecting all of them, and especially the young people out of them, would, in my view, be crucial in helping them to realize their potential. 8 years ago, Sri Lanka, together with Portugal and the G77 and China, spearheaded the General Assembly Resolution 69/145, establishing July 15th as the World Youth Skills Day. The main purpose envisioned through the resolution was to foster the acquisition of skills by youth to enhance their ability to make informed choices with regard to their livelihoods and empower them to gain access to changing labor markets of today. Today, it has become a pivotal occasion for youth, and it is heartening, I say, to note the growing significance of this universally recognized UN Day in drawing the attention of the world to the importance of youth skills development. In Sri Lanka, the National Youth Corps, which comes under the purview of the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, has focused on developing soft and life skills of the youth The Life Skills Basic Training course, which is accredited by the internationally recognized City and Guilds, is designed to enhance the Sri Lankan youth's discipline, leadership and personality. The updated Life Skills Circular of the NYC is aligned with the four-dimensional systems and approach to the 21st century skills, UNICEF 2017, which endeavors towards the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals of ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. In addition, the NYC provides an advanced certificate of information technology in English with the cooperation of the Sri Lanka Institute of Buddhist Academy and an academic institute registered under the University Grants Commission to fulfill the English language and IT requirements. In addition, with the view to developing youth skills in the hospitality sector, the La Hotelier Hotel Training School, which is conducted in Sri Lanka, under the National Vocational Training Qualifications courses, with special attention on the young school leavers. Further, the Ministry of Education of Sri Lanka has also collaborated with foreign vocational training institutes to enhance research capacities, training, and research via human resource exchange, capacity building, joint students' activities, and other related activities in vocational education. The University of Vocational Technology and Ocean University of Sri Lanka are two key main partners in this process. So in order to contribute to the national unity and issues affecting youth at the national and regional levels and placing them in decision-making, the National Youth Services Council has established the Youth Parliament of Sri Lanka in 2011 as a platform for politically aspired young leaders to meaningfully engage and to enhance their leadership skills, gaining experience in the political sphere, and to represent fellow young people and their interests at the national level. We believe that this youth parliament would provide the impetus for inspiring young people, leaders in the future, to take on the stewardship of the country and lead us to the new heights of freedom and of progress. Excellencies, friends, while with less than 8 years remaining to realize the 2030 agenda, we believe that the discussion of transforming the youth skills for future assumes great significance. Our focus should be on an inclusive, gender-responsive, and holistic policy approach, leaving no one behind. If the right decisions could be taken at the right time, I say it again, if the right decisions could be taken at the right time, we believe that the impact on the lives of the youth across the globe could be meaningful. So today, we remain hopeful that the transformation envisaged for the future will break new ground, leading to our collective humanity triumphing over the challenges that confront us in contemporary times and in the future. I thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your remarks and ending it with such a hopeful note for the future and for young people. Now it's